There are words we use every single day without a second thought. Take the word thumb. Seems simple enough, right? But today, we're going to go on this little journey into that one simple word, and I think we're going to uncover something huge, something really powerful about how we communicate and understand, well, just about everything. So let's start at the very beginning.
Okay, so let's start with the most basic definition you can imagine. This one's from the Simple English Wiktionary. It says, a thumb is the part of your hand that looks like a short, fat finger. It's so direct, it's almost kind of funny, right? But this perfectly clear, simple foundation, that's exactly where our journey has to start.
All right, first up, let's talk about the thumb as a noun, as a thing. Because as we're about to see, what that thing is has stretched from the physical world right into our digital lives in some pretty amazing ways. And right here, this is language evolving in real time, right before our eyes. The word literally jumps from the physical thumb on your hand to the digital thumbnail on your screen. It's wild. The core idea is kind of the same, a smaller version that represents a bigger whole, but the context is brand new. It's just this perfect little snapshot of how our language has to hustle to keep up with technology. And a thumb isn't just a physical thing. It's also a really powerful symbol. As this simple sentence points out, that one gesture carries so much cultural weight. A thumb up can mean good or yes or I got it, all without saying a single word. That is a ton of meaning packed into one little short fat finger. Okay, so we've covered what a thumb is. Now let's get into what a thumb does. We're going to shift gears from the noun to the verb, and this is where the meaning really starts to get fun. But hold on, before we even dive into what these verbs mean, just look at how this is laid out. The grammar is presented with just absolute clarity. There are no complicated rules, just the forms. Thumb, thumbs, thumbed, thumbing. It's an incredibly clean and efficient way to show us the info, and it's actually a huge clue to the bigger idea we're working our way towards here. So the first and most literal meaning of the verb to thumb is, well, it's exactly what you'd think it is. It means to touch something with your thumb. Like when you're thumbing through the pages of a favorite book. It's simple, it's direct, it's physical. And then, language just goes and does something amazing. It gets creative. The verb takes this massive leap from a literal touch to this way more abstract slang idea, hitchhiking. That simple action of sticking your thumb out is so iconic that the word itself now means the entire act of trying to get a ride. And this example sentence, man, it just brings the whole thing to life, doesn't it? It puts that slang meaning into a real-world context that you just instantly get. You can practically picture the whole scene. It's such a good reminder that sometimes the absolute best explanation isn't another definition, it's just a really great example. So think about it. We've just covered a surprising amount of ground on the word thumb, from body parts to computer icons to hitchhiking, and it all felt pretty effortless, right? But have you stopped to ask why? The secret isn't actually in the word thumb. It's in the structure of how it was all explained to us. Well, here it is. This is the source of all that clarity. Everything we have just looked at, every single bit of it, comes from this one page on the Simple English Wiktionary. It's a project specifically designed to make ideas accessible by using a framework known as Basic English. Okay, look at this number, 60. What in the world does that mean? That is the number of languages that this one simple entry for the word thumb is available in. That's incredible. It's just powerful proof that the need for clear, understandable information is completely universal. It's not an English thing, it's a human thing. So what we just experienced wasn't magic. There's actually a formula to it, and this is it. You start with a core definition, you separate the meanings logically, like by noun and verb, and you use simple, clear examples to nail it down. This isn't about dumbing things down. Not at all. This is about smart design for effective learning. So after all that, what's the big lesson here? What should we really take away from this whole journey we took with the word thumb? It really all boils down to this. Simplicity is not about being basic. It's about being powerful. It's about being clear. You see, clarity isn't for people who can't handle complex ideas. It's a tool that makes all ideas stronger, because when you strip away the noise, the message hits so much harder. And that, right there, is the question I want to leave you with. We just saw how a commitment to clarity made a simple, everyday word like thumb feel richer and way more interesting. So just imagine applying that same discipline to the big, messy, really complex ideas we all deal with. What more could we understand? And maybe what more could we achieve if we just made things a little clearer?